lights. Fire. But we don't have fire this week. No, we have a hurricane. I know it's cut. That's what they're all saying on Twitter. I don't know who made up the name Hurriquake. Hurriquake, because it was an earthquake. A 5.0 is nothing to not write home about either. I was out in LA for some fives, and you definitely feel them in the middle of the quote hurricane, but it's really a tropical storm. But if you go on Twitter and look at Dodger Stadium, there's now a moat outside of it. But then I have friends. I've been all my little weather reporters. My boots on the ground in LA. My friend Lorene, Bob, and Clark, Palm Springs, but they're not in Palm Springs. Everybody's sending little weather reports, and Branson and my agent Heidi. There's just no rain. There's no flooding in some parts, and then other parts it's in crazy town. Like you can't get to Palm Springs because now the road is washed out. And I mean, I'm not in charge of science. I think we've established that many episodes ago on this podcast. But I don't know anything. I'm more like I would just live like a pioneer person and pray to the gods for rain, and that'd be the end of it. But when we are making up new names for weather, I mean, this is seemingly getting serious, and I'm not an alarmist, but hurricanes in Las Vegas. I mean, I used to do a joke about wherever I went, they would say, oh, we never have weather like this. Seriously, we've never had a hurricane in Omaha. This is so weird that you're here for it. Because then it would fuck up ticket sales and nobody wants to come out. But when I said hurricane in Omaha, that was the joke. Well, now these things are actually happening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's in charge of fixing this, but you're sucking. Yeah. All of Canada's on fire, and then Hawaii with the wind and the thing. And I'm so sick of hearing about conspiracy shit. I love conspiracies if we're talking about fun ones. Bigfoot. Loch Ness Monster. It's not even a conspiracy. It's a theory.
Right.
It's a maybe. But the conspiracy theories that, look, I am not the biggest Oprah fan. You could refer to my third special. I don't remember which one where I do the Oprah jokes. I think Oprah has narcissistic tendencies. However, she has seemed to have done some good for some people. I don't know. But she also owns like half of Hawaii. And then people are saying that, oh, she's in on it with the people to start the fire, to buy the land. The conspiracy things, yeah, I don't have time for it. I can't. I see the headline on whatever, Twitter, and I just move on. Like, it's so, you can't have it both ways. These are people that always say the post office sucks, the government can't do nothing. And then the next sentence they go, you know what the government did? And then it's some crazy fucking thing that would take everyone in on it. Everybody cohesive and organized, and you're the most well-oiled machine, but yet on the other hand, you say government. They're either inept or they're super, super awesome. And I'm going to go with a little inept. I'm just saying, I mean, the post office ladies aren't. I love the ladies at my post office. If the whole world ran like the post office, they're no bullshit. If you don't have your shit filled out right, they yell at you and tell you to go back to the back of the line, as one should. Anyway, so, hope everybody's okay in California. One of my cousins, Joey's out there. So he's fine. Bert Kreischer, who I do love, had a very funny video of him and his wife and daughter told him that shit was going to be crazy, Dad. We got to put down all the furniture. So he's walking around without a shirt on in his backyard going, yeah, okay, it's just me against them. And I'm saying, and he's got a green egg open and he's making a brisket. He's like, yeah, so far nothing's flown away. They said everything was going to turn into a projectile. So his whole backyard, nothing is happening except Bert making a brisket in a green egg. So happy Hurricake. I mean, it's just, and then we're like Missouri's way overdue for a giant earthquake. The New Madrid fault, if you've never read about that. It changed the course of the Mississippi. That was way, way overdue. So where we probably would think we were overdue, we're not getting the earthquakes. And now there's some storm in the Gulf coming up. The Weather Channel, though, I got to say, this could have been one of their all-time most exciting days. Because they had, I know it's not good excitement, but nerds getting fired up about weather, there's nothing more exciting to watch. No. I could watch the Weather Channel all day. I've turned into my dad, and I'm like, turn on Jim Cantori and my friends. Where are my friends? And they've got an earthquake. They've got flooding. Palm Springs is cut off. I mean, whoever would have thought that flooding... Now I wonder about insurance anymore. Like, I know farmers pulled out of Florida, really? Parts of Florida, where they're like, we're done. We're just not offering in it. You guys are on your own. And I get it. I mean, I kind of get it. Like, wow. I wouldn't want to insure it. No. But those bastards took all of our money forever, and then they go, yeah, we're done. We're good. Well, shit. Yeah. Right. Then do I get my money back if I didn't have a payout? Good point. Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm drinking out of a Buc-ee's glass. I applied for the job at Buc-ee's. You did? Yeah. If you guys want to apply, I think you have a few more days. It's on financebuzz.com. Well, I don't even need the money. I mean, I'll give the money to charity. It's $1,000. If they give it to me, I'll give it to charity. Okay. They can pick, Buc-ee's can pick which one. Yep. Or maybe we just buy some more Buc-ee outfits so more Buc-ee's can be in other Buc-ee's and make people happy. Great. Mascot jobs. I'd love to be. I'm sure that mascot outfit is not cheap. Yeah, you have to agree to go to Buc-ee's and get all these snacks and taste them. So if you guys want to try, go to financebuzz.com. We'll put it in the show notes. Sign yourself up. The winner will be announced, I think, on September 18th. Cool. Yeah. I hope there's not a timeline on when I would have to do that because I might be on the road. I didn't even look. I'm close enough, though. I can make it happen. Sometimes you don't like details. Details, schmetails. No, I don't like details. And I forgot to say last week, taking care of a little business, I have the card, but then it got mixed up. It was chaos backstage at Cape Cod. In a good way, chaos. Every night I go to bed and I thought, here's a sentence I never thought as a 10-year-old in a bunk bed in Missouri that I would then say out loud later in my life. I think my nephews ate Melissa Etheridge's donuts. It's just so crazy how shit works itself out. But anyway, backstage at Cape Cod, somebody left me the most awesome golf balls, which I have. Mm-hmm. They're the really good ones, the Callaways with the stripes that you line up for the putt. Yeah. Now, I don't do that, right. But I'm fine if someone does, as long as that doesn't take 8 hours. Right. Those lines were an extra thing to help the super anal. Oh, now my lines aren't lined up. And then, fuck, if there were no lines. But I do like them. They're very pretty. And they gave me bacon bandages, which I put all over my dad. He has bacon strips all over him, which will now match the Emo's Bacon Pizza in their freezer. Nice. If you've never seen a Midwest idea of heart healthy, please go on my Instagram and look at the videos of my parents' refrigerator. I'll put one up on Twitter. Cool. And then they got me the Cocaine Hippo coffee mug. That's cool. Yeah, it was great. So I forgot to say shout out for that. And this weekend, this last week, I was with the parentals. So how'd it go? Fine. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. Whatever has happened, I won't go into details, but I can tell you that after about noon, for whatever reason, my dad's voice it changes from his real voice to a 1930s crime boss. That's what he sounds like. I don't know why you guys don't think of the way I'm thinking on this one. Here's what we got to do. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to bring the car around here, and then I'm going to go out here. And then, whatever your mother says, just don't listen to it. Just don't listen to it. I'm like, who are we being in a room with? Like Lucky Luciano or something. What the fuck just happened to your voice? Yeah, I kind of like it, though. Yeah, I kind of like imitating it. And I said, well, what if you drive yourself to the hospital to go for your therapy, and then what if you can't totally get out of the car? Well, that's a great thing, Kathleen. I'll be at the hospital, so I'll just call 911 and tell them, hey, you got a guy out in the parking lot that can't get out of his car. And then they got to come out there because I'm sitting right there. He's got it couldn't be more appropriate. I know. And then every time I do it, I think, why did I just say? I like set up softballs for me. He doesn't even know they're softballs, but then it comes back at me. I'm like, okay, stupid question. Anyway, moving on. I did bring back from Missouri, though, a little Branson barbecue sauce. Nice. Yeah, poor Branson. Just in general. Yeah, you guys have probably... Silver Dollar City is down there, and that's like, if you're a Midwest person, mostly Missouri or Oklahoma, people probably know. Okay. It was like a throwback theme park. They had a few rides, but it was mostly like leather making, butter making, like outdated... So this is called Ozark Recipe Barbecue Sauce. Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri is one of the most popular vacation destinations in the country. Travel back to the simplicity of the 1800s, America, and enjoy the best Branson entertainment. But now, the last time I was in Branson, the biggest headliner, and I'm not joking, was Elvis's, quote, cousin. And then I forgot to Google it. Put Elvis's cousin in Branson, Missouri. And there was an Asian family that did a wonderful show, and he just died. But COVID killed it.
Oh my God.
Branson made a really good run at Nashville for like a decade, and everybody was going to Branson, and Kenny Rogers and all the country people. And then Nashville got the bump from the Garth Brooks times, and then
Stop it.
yeah,
Jerry Presley.
Jerry Presley. What does Jerry do? He sings. Does he?
It's a tribute to the king.
It's a tribute to Elvis. Jerry sings his songs.
Yeah, he rips off all his shit.
What? He rips off. I don't think Elvis would care if Jerry went to Branson.
Oh my God.
Where's he performing?
He's got a 15-piece orchestra.
15-piece orchestra. Holy crap.
Wonderful. Oh.
Where's he performing?
He opens with Aloha from Hawaii.
He opens with Aloha. Oh, from the Elvis Aloha special. Now, what I will say about Branson is the golf is on the upswing big time because Johnny Morris, the guy who owns the Bass Pro Shops, made these awesome courses up there that are phenomenal, but it's hard to get to. You got to fly to Springfield, Missouri. I flew there one time, and there were these guys from Philadelphia or somewhere on the East Coast, and they're like, where the fuck are we? And I'm like, you're not far from Branson. You got about an hour in that van. Just get in that van. You're going to keep going up, higher and higher, up until you'll know you're there.
I got a BOGO.
How much does it cost to see Jerry Presley in Branson?
Wow, $40.
40
And 58 cents.
and 58 cents.
Yeah, but the discounts are available now.
Discounts are available now. I bet they are. 58 cents. What a odd. What's the theater?
Oh God.
It is, Branson is where the world's giant fake chicken, I took a video under it, and the breakfast is delicious. Where is he at?
The God and Country Theater.
He's at the God and Country Theater.
Yeah.
Right next to the Patriot and Liberty one, I'm imagining.
Right next to Ripley's.
I feel bad for Branson. They had a good run, and then it fizzled out. In Silver Dollar City, Dollywood is kind of a lot of that too, but Dollywood's more. I would help Branson do some PR, but they got to focus on the golf.
He's between Fuddruckers.
He's between Fuddruckers
And the Celebrity Car Museum.
and the Celebrity Car Museum. Oh my Lord. Well, Branson got trounced by Nashville because country music got so popular because of who? Garth. And then they got their little asses kicked, and it's a lot easier to get to Nashville than Branson.
A lot more fun too.
Well, Branson had a day. It needs a shot in the arm. Who wants to invest? Who wants to invest in Branson? Let's taste their barbecue sauce, shall we? Silver Dollar City. I do have fun memories, and there's a lake there called Table Rock. Great fishing lake. Wow.
Your eyes rolled.
Well, anywhere south of St. Louis or south of Kansas City, they get a little sugary.
They like it.
They like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It'd be great on a hamburger. It's just sweet. You gotta put it on and let the hamburger burn it off.
Yeah. Just so you know.
I give it a B. Yeah.
If you move to Branson, I'm not going.
If I move to Branson, I don't have anybody run the board.
Nope.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
You don't think I could find somebody in Branson?
I'm sure Jerry's got a guy.
I'm gonna fucking call Jerry Presley
Yeah.
and go, Jerry, one of those 15 orchestra people you're employing. I don't know where they're living.
Send them over.
Yeah. Is there a condo for them? We brought these back from Cape Cod, Syracuse style potato chips. A dish of that made in New York since 1946, Syracuse style.
A termite brought those.
A termite brought them backstage. It's the one thing my nephews didn't eat. They ate everything else. They're 20-somethings. They can eat whatever they want.
Yeah,
they don't
can.
care.
No.
Oh, they're really good.
Nice.
Is that a specific style of potato chip I've never heard of? Syracuse style?
Ask the termites.
Termites?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
What does it mean?
I don't know. Their grandpa, Will Terrell, started one of the greatest potato chips by slicing New York fresh potatoes very thin and small and then hand cooked. Upstate New York, Jack Terrell. I don't know. Anytime, anywhere, they're great. The ads on the back are very 50s-y. Yeah, way to go, Syracuse. Good for you. I like them.
Good.
Now, how crazy is this? This is one of the craziest things I've ever gotten. at the post office box. So this lady's from Spain. See, well,
The country?
yeah. No, I'm sorry, Italy. Sorry, Milan.
country?
I'm thinking of Spain because of the World Cup. Dear Miss Madigan, thanks so much for your podcast. I can't believe someone in Italy is listening, unless it's an American in Italy, because I seem kind of I'm American-centric. I don't feel like I'm global.
The Canadians are.
The Canadians don't count as global.
Hey!
They're our northern neighbors.
Oh.
They're the northern neighbors. No. That's my jokes from there. They're our attic. They're not really separate. They're part of this house, whether they want to be or not. Yeah. Thanks so much for your podcast material. I just discovered you in the last year. I'm in Milan, Italy. If you visit, I'd love to show you the city. That's nice. And then she sent a hat for me and a hat for you. They're Italy's oldest baseball team. Milano, 1946, has a big red M if you're listening. Nice. And I'm also going to pretend it stands for Madigan. I was going to say. But I do like Italy, by the way, if you Google this. Yeah. I've always found this so bizarre. Me and my mom, when I took her to Italy, if you've never seen the story about us in Paris first, you can go on Comedy Central's I Can't Believe This Isn't Happening. We went to Italy after that because she wanted to go to the Vatican. And we were at some like street fair or whatever, marketplace. And they had this giant thing of tennis shoes, and they had Madigan tennis shoes.
What?
Yeah, they said Madigan. I'm like, some Irish person came right on over here and found some hot little Italian and got with some Italian. You can look at them online. Just put in Madigan's tennis shoes.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, warm regards. From Milan, Italy. First name Star. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I really don't think of international people. Because most of the stuff I'm talking about is in the States, you know? I'm not like a global... I mean, I don't know. Some of it's about other countries, but mostly very middle America. Merca. All right. So let's move on.
Is Italy getting a Buc-ee's?
Oh, and Italy's not getting a Buc-ee's. They don't have room for a Buc-ee's. What am I drinking? This is from statewide. This is Hazy Pale Ale. This is from Hands Brewery in St. Louis, Missouri.
Nice.
Yes,
Where you just spent some time.
Yes, where I've spent a lot of time lately. Yes. Okay, that's all the business. Let's go to the Queen news, shall we?
Oh, it's quite the weekend.
Had a busy weekend. Busy. Let's start out with Tay-Tay.
Yeah.
Where's she at? Right behind me. So Tay-Tay wanted to go to her friend's wedding. I'm still confused if it was on Long Island or Jersey Shore. They are not the same, and the press keeps saying it like they're interchangeable. They're not. Right. One is a Jersey Shore in New Jersey, and then the other is Long Island, New York.
It went to Long Island.
It was in Long Island. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the Today Show, for the record, completely boggled that 10 times. Not just once. I don't even know how you would do that when you're in New York. You should know that. But whatever. Because I'm like, well, where were they at the Jersey Shore? Like, I know those spots. Mm-hmm. I don't know Long Island as well, but I know enough of it. Right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Tay-Tay wants to go to her friend's wedding, the rehearsal dinner, shows up. It creates bedlam. They close all these streets. Now, I don't know. If I'm Tay-Tay, should you get to be a normal person?
Yes.
You say yes. I say no. Because here's the thing. You're Tay-Tay. I'm sorry. It's like Elvis or whatever. You're going to create bedlam. I would have gone in a catering truck.
What?
Yes. Yes. I would have dressed up and snuck in. Because what about the people? I don't know. I mean, she's a youngster. She should be able to run around. But the reality is you can't. You can't. Without creating. And then what about the bride?
I feel bad.
I mean, it's all about who's Andy McDowell's daughter, married Tay-Tay's BFF producer guy, Jack somebody.
From the Bleachers.
I don't know. She should be able to do those things, but at this level of fame, those Tay-Tay kids, I mean, they're crazy. The Swifties are out there going, we want Taylor, we want Taylor. I would be terrified if I was Taylor.
You're saying the termites don't do that?
The termites are cool. It's that all the termites I've ever met, can we buy you a drink? Sure. Great. Thanks. You guys want a picture? Yes, please. No problem. And then that's it. And then if they're like from somewhere that we have a conversation, and then I go, okay, I'm going to go over my side of the bar now. They're like, bye. It's very...
Perfect.
Like Ron White used to go, he would go, Maddie, I'm the most famous person in this building. Now, when we leave this building, I don't have that kind of fame. I got enough fame that a guy walking down the street just go, hey, man, and keep walking. Or, hey, Tater, just a little shout out. Then he knows that you know it's about comedy. I don't know, but here's another part of Tay-Tay. This is what if I was Tay-Tay. She has the right to lose her mind. Okay. Apparent deranged Taylor Swift stalker arrested for entering the Stars building.
Again?
Well, I don't know if it's the same man. Diehard Taylor Swift fans fork over thousands of dollars to see the global superstar. But an apparent delusional stalker got into our Tribeca building for free.
Oh, my God.
Ashley Arbor, 43, was arrested Friday after authorities said he wrongly entered the superstar's Big Apple Digs. This is not the first time in that building that someone has gotten in. So if I was Tay-Tay, well, I would go down and I'd say, I am not paying my HOA dues this month. Fuck you. The only reason I moved to this building, most likely, is that you promised excellent security, and I got the psycho fans that are running around the hallways going, where's Taylor's house? Where's Taylor's house? No. And then I would go, and I'm not paying them for at least 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would throw the hammer down. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, don't you have security to get into this building? God, I can't get into Sirius XM radio in New York without 50 passes and codes, and a human comes and gets me. I have an escort. Like, I got to go through the and then the thing and the... Yeah. And if they don't come down and get me, I'm not going up. No. Like, it's a thing. Right. He was charged on 2 counts of trespassing. A smiling Arbor, that's his last name, sporting a goatee, glasses, and a royal blue shirt, was more than happy to speak to the Post following his arraignment in the Manhattan Criminal Court on Saturday.
He gave an interview?
Yeah. He gave an interview right after he was arraigned. I was disappointed, he said, of not fighting Swift. I love her. I want to marry her. Oh, wow. I want her to be my anchor. Someone that will have me stay put. I've never had someone that kept me grounded. In the latest string of terrifying incidents with obsessed fans that Swift has occurred in her meteoric career. This guy, he grew up in Michigan, claims he took a Greyhound bus from Atlanta to see the, quote, anti-hero singer and proclaimed his love for her, bizarrely boasting that he had a prior relationship with the Shake It Off superstar.
Okay.
He allegedly rang the bell until someone opened the door. No. How hard is this? Christ, you can't get in the back door of Zany's, a comedy club, without some cook coming out and going, well, who said you could get in here? And at least they ask a question. And I'm like, I'm the headliner. Oh, sorry, Kathleen. And then they let me in. It's me, Kathleen. You know, I'm... Hi, it's me. Dorf told me I could come at this time.
And I get a burger.
Yo, I've gotten, yeah. I mean, I'm saying then, so somebody let him in. The uninvited visitor navigated a long hallway, 2 doors besides the elevator, and then went into one where a woman was inside asking what he was doing. When the topic of Swift came up, the savvy resident instructed him to go outside, ring the bell, and wait for someone to let him in. How smart is this lady? Oh, if you're a Swiftie, we have a separate way for you to do it. Could you just go back outside? And he did it.
Wow.
He followed the instructions, and when he did, the NYPD was waiting for him. He was released. I'm sure Taylor's happy to hear that.
He wants to marry her.
Somehow he got enough money to get there. That's all you need to know. Right. Like, you can go, oh, he's crazy, but he lives in, Upper Peninsula, Michigan. It'd be super hard to get here. Nope, not if you're determined. He's due back in court in October. Asked why he wanted to be with Taylor, he gushed, because she is the most nurturing, like she is me, except she is a woman. She's truly the one that understands me. He continued, I know she knows I don't mean any harm. I'd never hit a woman. Whoa, why are we starting right out of the gate with that? Like, to say I would never harm you. I wasn't thinking hitting me.
No.
I thought you meant break my heart, or you forgot to pick up groceries.
Oh, God.
I would not harm her. Absolutely. No, absolutely not. He said that he had not seen Taylor in concert. I've not been that lucky. I'm of sound mind. I was a little crazier when I was younger. Okay. He said he has no plans to return visit. No, they told me to stay away from her place. The homeless man said he would probably stay in the area, rummage through the garbage for food.
/ underwear.
He added, of a very determined fellow, sometimes to my detriment, you got to go for it when it comes to love, because I don't want to live in regret. That's the worst. You're just sitting there thinking, I could have done this. I should have done this. It's a black hole. His parting words were, I love you, Taylor. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, making you happy, making you laugh, and making up for what's the word? Foolish behavior I expelled when I was 17. He thinks they had a relationship with him. You know who he should go with? Britney.
Yes.
He should go with Britney Spears.
Yes.
Because he seems nice.
Shut up.
He says he wants to make you laugh, and he wants to make you happy. The bizarre incident comes on the heels of hundreds of Swifties swarming the songstress on Friday as she left a restaurant on Long Island Beach in New Jersey. The pop star purportedly dined in with A-list pals for, what's crazy is they said the A-list pals, and I'm just getting so old, I don't even know who half of the people are. I knew a couple, and the rest I was like, I wouldn't know them if they dropped off an Amazon package at my front door. I'd be like, hi, who are you?
Oh my God.
Chad Channing, or what's his name? I don't know his name. Channing Tatum, Tatum O'Neal,
Yes.
Chatham.
Okay, I got it. Long Island Beach is off the Jersey Shore.
Long Island Beach. Oh, okay. Is off the Jersey Shore.
Long Beach Island.
Long Beach Island.
That's why they keep.
Oh, that's why they're saying Long Island. Okay. Well, then maybe I owe apology to the Today Show. Maybe they said it right and I didn't hear it right because I hadn't had coffee yet. And Baby Cat was screaming at me because I've been going to like, meow, meow, meow. Yeah.
You should stop that.
When people say cats don't miss you and they don't have emotions, it's just not true. I was just yelled at by 2 cats for
Quote
feral cats that happened to be feral on the couch. Very upset. Moving on to other Queen news. Stevie. Oh, Kansas City, how excited were you? This is so crazy. Stevie Nicks had her hair done Saturday night at a salon down in Westport, which is the fun downtown. I can't explain it, but if you're a Kansas City person, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Is that where you play?
No, I don't play right there. No, it's like Kansas City is famous for fountains. A lot of people don't know that.
No.
Don't roll your eyes, Paddle. We worked very hard in Missouri to get those fountains working, and they're really pretty, and it's a thing. Seriously.
You're ridiculous.
No, will you roll your eyes? I just got an offer to go to Winnipeg. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to work out a Canadian little thing here, but don't you be rolling your eyes at Kansas City's fountains. What is Winnipeg?
Don't you say we're not international?
You're not. Well, you are international when it comes to the goddamn paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm calling Justin Trudeau. Go,
He'll help you.
You didn't make it work for Taylor. And you know what? You're on the verge of making it not work for me, Justin. Now, you may not know who I am. That's fine.
The termites are going to be.
But I'm going to send you my Amazon special. This is what they said. This is so crazy. They posted, the girls in the salon. Here's the details of Thursday night. So she must have had a show Friday.
Mm-hmm. With Billy Joel.
Oh, with Billy Joel. Was it a dream? It feels like a dream. To say some incredible people have graced the presence in our space since we opened in 1975 would be an understatement. But Stevie frickin' Nicks spent 3 hours after hours with us last night getting her hair done by her stylist of almost 30 years. Are you kidding? We're still pinching ourselves and wiping our tears. I don't think I would cry. The post goes on to say that Nicks and our Arizona-based... No, because don't cry. Like, that's going to freak the person out. Maybe they didn't do it for her.
Right. They did it in the back. Blamed it on color.
So I don't know what they did for 3 hours. It sounds like color once you get into that kind of time. They said that Nicks and her stylist finished up. She asked if there was anything she could sign in the salon we weren't even considering asking because I was obviously just going to save everything she touched. That's a perfect Midwest person answer. Don't ask her to sign anything. We'll just keep everything she touches, and we'll say we'll put it in that curio cabinet. Store employees pulled a salon sign from the wall, and Nicks spent her precious time making us our new sign that you'll see as soon as you walk in. She told us 75 is one of the best years. It's the year she joined Fleetwood Mac. What an experience. It's also how old she is. She was lovely. Her team was lovely, and we are still reeling. They graciously gave us tickets to the show and can't wait to sing our we can't wait to sing our hearts out. Wow, 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 wow. We love you, Stevie.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's all that. Yeah. So there's a little Stevie bopping in doing something nice. I mean, she did get her hair done too, but good for her. She signed everything and made everybody happy.
Yes.
I don't know what she did. Yeah, yes. Speaking of yes. So my friend Heidi loves Winona Judd. And remember how I said now if you're a musician, everybody's going to have to live up to the Tay-Tay thing? Mm-hmm. Like right now, most comedians, we all do about an hour and a half. Yep. The show. We could go 2. Yep. But nobody's gone, fuck you, I'm doing 3. And then we all got to go, shit, are we supposed to do 3 hours?
Right.
Like, I mean, comedy's not the same as music. But I said, now that Taylor, I think we talked about it on the Pubcast, that now that Taylor's done that, the next thing you know, Garth's going to go out. And it's going to be every album he's ever, because they're going to feel like, well, Winona is doing.
The eras.
Winona. Well, you know who did it first? Cher. Yes. Where's Queen Cher?
Behind you.
And I saw it in Vegas. It was called The Decades.
Amazing.
But because Cher is old and I am old, I appreciated that she kept her decade wrapped up in 22 minutes. Thank you. Or less, probably 11, because she did the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010, and then boom, up to whenever I saw her, 2020 or 19, before COVID. No yeah. So she's, but whatever. So Winona Judd is doing her first 2 albums, one night, 2 albums. So it's starting where, you got to play the whole album.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't think Ticketmaster is going to be like the Tay-Tay one?
No.
When Winona? No, but the Winona fans will be happy. They can go see her sing the first 2 albums.
I'd go see that.
I know some of them. Mm-hmm. Is that one? Tell me why? That one? Is that her? Is that it?
It's embarrassing.
What?
Yeah, she sings that song.
What's the other one?
The other song?
That I would know.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. On the first 2 albums, what's her hits?
I don't know. Okay. Want to talk about Taylor? I will.
You could Google that since you're just sitting there.
I'm working very hard.
That's all my Queen news, but what a week. Well, and I forgot. I'm going to see Dolly.
Yeah, you don't need to be forgetting about that.
I'm going. Saturday. Philadelphia, Mississippi. Never even heard of it.
Where?
Exactly. Where? I had to ask the Google machine. How do I get to Philadelphia, Mississippi? Well, I know how to get there. It's 2 hours from Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else on earth.
No one else on earth could ever hurt me the way you do.
Exactly.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that's fun.
What else? I saw the light.
I saw the light. Never heard of it.
Dolly won't sing any of that.
I'm serious.
What's Dolly going to sing?
What's Dolly going to sing? I have no idea. Oh, but that was my other Queen news. Well, first of all, her imagination library expanded even more. I don't have the details, but I'll get them. But if you want to go online, you can listen to Dolly Parton sing Let It Be, the Beatles version, with Paul McCartney. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. It's phenomenal. I don't care what Dolly sings. I'm just good. I'm going. Secret little people help me get a ticket. Yeah. So we're moving on now. I'm going to have a full review.
Will you send me videos?
I will send you videos.
Great.
I don't know if you're allowed to take them. It's a very small theater. It's 500 seats.
You're seeing Dolly at a 500 seat.
Yeah. She has a 3 o'clock show. I didn't ask for that one because I think that's going to be 3. Yeah, 3 o'clock. Yeah. Well, she's not 25, and I think some of her fans are older. And if you're not a big drinker, 3's fine. You know.
Go to Cracker Barrel and get out of there.
Get your ass to Cracker Barrel at noon. Get on over.
Boom.
It's a full day. You can still be in bed by 7.
Boom.
All right, we're moving on. Update.
Yeah.
Positive update. Congratulations to my friend Mandy Matney of the Murder podcast. Her book. She has a first book, and it's all about the thing. It's called Blood on Their Hands, Murder, Corruption, and the Fall of the Murdaugh Dynasty. It will be released this November. A book.
Good for her.
Yep, and I can't wait to read it. So congrats, Mandy. That's very exciting. I could tell she was excited from her Instagram post because she was posting. I don't bug people when they're in the middle of all that stuff, but I'll send her, shoot her a note at some point and say congratulations. It's fantastic. She's super excited.
Good.
I don't think she ever imagined all this. She's from Kansas City, where what? The fountains are battles. Jesus. Next week, I'm going to read a whole thing on the fountains and bore you to tears.
Nobody knows anything about your fountains.
Termites? How many people have you aware that Kansas City is a city of fountains? Be honest.
It's not a known thing. Barbecue is a known thing.
Barbecue's a known thing.
Yeah.
Well,
The Chiefs parades don't
people
go
in
by
the Midwest know.
fountains.
Yeah.
People in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Come on.
Update! Brittany. Now, if you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, you know I was in favor of freeing Brittany.
Yeah.
And my argument to free Brittany was that I have friends that are much crazier that are roaming around completely untethered and no one's watching them. She's 40-something. She was doing 2 shows a night. If you can do that, you're not completely bonkers yet. You can keep it together to do that shit.
Yep.
Well, we freed Brittany. It's not going well. I don't want to laugh because I do believe she's mentally ill, which is a serious thing.
Yes.
But I'll just read what's happened. Brittany and Sam Ashgari have split after their 14-month marriage. And then I think now there was supposedly this big prenup, but did this guy just come in? Now he's already threatening to blackmail her, saying, I've got all this shit I'm going to expose if you don't give me more money. Like, how can she trust anybody?
Right.
And then the kids don't want to see her because I think, she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And it's too bad. And now she had videos of some guy licking her leg.
What?
Not even like in a sexual way. It looked more like a dog would lick your leg.
What?
Where you'd go knock it off like
A man?
a man. Yeah.
Where was she?
At her house. I don't know, rolling around a floor somewhere. I don't know where these floors are. I don't know what Britney Spears does with her free time.
No, it's terrible. Wow.
Yeah, so it's getting weirder. The videos are getting weirder. You don't want to see this end badly. He's gonna get divorced. She bought a new stripper pole, told her fans, put it on Instagram. I know. She does wear her bikinis a lot on social media, but maybe I would too if I looked like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a train wreck.
Yes.
I could see why people would say you should not free Brittany.
Right.
But
She should be free. She should just not be able to go on social media.
she should be free but not be able to go on social media. I think this is what's keeping her connected on some level, the social media. If you take that away, then she's just Zelda Fitzgerald bat spinning around in a room. I mean, you gotta let them do something. I'd let her do shows again. That seemed to keep her the most focused.
Yeah,
But then she said she doesn't want to because everybody will steal the money, which I also understand that. If I was on stage for all that time and I don't even move, and she's dancing and sweating, and then you get off and go, how much money we make? And they go, nothing. Your dad took it. What? No.
What?
Right. Update. This is a precarious subject.
Okay.
There's a video after all the bullshit of Kid Rock enjoying a Bud Light. Now, there's another thing on a conspiracy that's on Twitter that says it's photoshopped.
It's on Twitter. That's why.
No, but he's downtown in Nashville. Full disclosure, I went to Iraq and Afghanistan on a very long tour with Kid Rock, and I enjoyed his company, and I liked him a lot. I agreed, and then Lewis and him would get into some political debates, and
Really? They don't see eye to eye.
I know it's weird that Louis Black and Kid Rock did not see eye to eye on every subject. But Kix Brooks was there, and we all had political debates, and they were very civil. Yeah. And there was a lot I agreed with Kid Rock. I didn't see this other side. I don't know. I would think he likes guns. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. You know, if you want to shoot a Bud. But shooting the Bud Light cans, like, it just seems like a bit of a branding thing for him. Right. Like, this is my act and this is what I do. But the thing is, you're not really an actor, and then he forgets continuity. You can't shoot up all the Bud Light cans and then 3 weeks later be drinking a Bud Light. But bar. Maybe it is photoshopped. I don't know. I'm going to ask him. I see him all the time at the golf course. Okay. Yeah. And he's very friendly. Yeah, so I don't really understand what's going on. He's a cult. It's some bar. He was watching Ford? Colt Ford. Yeah. He was watching a show. Yeah. I don't know if it was his bar. Probably. Yeah, probably.
But I thought his bar did not have Bud Light anymore.
His bar, I think, has had Bud Light the whole time. I don't think anybody really went through with it. At least that's what I've seen on posts. But I also don't even really care.
Nobody cares.
If you do or you don't. Yeah, it doesn't. I read it, but now I don't see it.
It's just an update.
It's just an update. Yeah. You all can decide whatever you want. Mm-hmm. So is it okay then? Are we back? I mean, I didn't quit drinking Bud Light. No. But I like a lot of light beers. So there you go.
Beer is for everyone.
Beer is for everyone. Yep. All beers are for everyone. Mm-hmm. Yep. Holy shit. So great. An 8-year-old boy made a remarkable discovery in Germany, a rare Roman coin dating from the time of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. The boy, named Bjorn, found the coin while playing in a sandbox at an after-school club in the city of Bremen.
An after-school club?
What kind of after-school clubs throws you in sandboxes? Well, he's only 8.
After-school clubs have not been good in Germany in the past.
Well, here's what I can tell you. I've played in 1,000 sandboxes in Missouri, and I didn't find anything but cat shit. Okay? This little guy, good for him. 1,800-year-old coin. It's in pretty good shape, too. It's only got one nick in it. Like a tiny little half-moon thing is off of it. It was subsequently identified as a Roman silver denarius, more than 1,800 years old, and local archaeologist Uta Hale said the find is very unusual. He made the discovery in summer of 2022, but it was only announced last week, with the details revealed at a press conference on Friday afternoon. The Roman Empire was established in the year 27 BC. Historians don't really agree on when the empire came to end, but many believe the formal end of Western Roman Empire took place at 476 AD. The coin was forged during the reign of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. He was a good guy. Yep. I watched that whole emperor thing on Netflix, and he ruled over the Roman Empire from 161 to 180. The area of Germany where the coin was discovered is not part of the empire, which is why it's so unusual. That's weird. Yeah. Exactly how it made its way to Bremen is still unknown. It's not clear where the sand in the sandbox had originated, but said the coin could have ended up in the sand during mining. However, Roman coins were also spread beyond the borders of the empire as a result of trade and as loot. It may have even reached Bremen as a souvenir, like somebody else brought it back. It's a very special find. There have only been 2 comparable coin finds dating to the period of the Roman Empire in the city of Bremen, one discovered in the 1930s during a settlement excavations in Ricum, another in the second half of the century, another one in the second half of the century. This little boy said he's happy the coin will be displayed where? In the Bremen State Museum for Art and Cultural History. Wonderful. Yes, the coin goes to the Fock Museum. Now he's 9 years old. It can stay there, and I can look at it anytime, and others can too.
Great!
Exactly. Yay! Good little guy. Nice. There we go. German. Yes, good thing. Good German. Moving on to news. Oh my God, this story. I'm not even going to say her name because then it just perpetuates what she wants. I'm not going to do that, especially as a person who flies every week. Let's just call her the crazy plane lady. The one who screamed that the person in the seat wasn't real. Uh-huh. Yeah. She is rebranding herself. She's a Texas marketing. If anybody didn't hear who she is, I'm not going to say her name, but she's 38 years old. She's a Texas marketing executive behind the viral "That Motherfucker Is Not Real" plane meltdown. Posted a new selfie on social media and is in an ongoing attempt to rebrand her tarnished image as Crazy Plane Lady.
Come on.
Well, I'm going to try to keep that one going. Crazy, because of what you did to other people.
Right.
I don't care what you do on your own time. If you want to be Britney and roll around and have people lick your legs and post it on it, go ahead. You know, have at it. It's kind of weird.
Gross.
Whatever her name is, 38 years old, looks cozy and casual while wearing a wide smile, long flowing hair, and bare feet. Selfie in a selfie posted on Sunday, which admiring fans have already showered with thousands of likes. She wrote, "One moment doesn't define you, but it can define your purpose." Then she wrote hashtag self-love, empowerment, motivation, stay tuned. No, lady. My friend Carrot Top, his real name is Scott. That's not a secret.
No.
I like to call him Scott Top. His dad is Pop Top.
He's great.
He was on that flight because he sent me a video.
Right.
Yeah, and he's like, look at this shit. And he was trying to go either back to Vegas or to Orlando. He goes back and forth. And he's like, damn it, now they all had to get off the plane. It's a 3-hour thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. What the lady should, this is what I would have said. I am so sorry, because what I'm guessing what probably happened, I ate too much of an edible, and I went crazy. Mm-hmm. Very sorry.
Yep.
Stop it there. No, now she's going to try to make, a thing out of it where she's the victim. The glammed out shot and positive vibes have already made a difference. Somebody wrote, Woman of the Year 2023, emoji, smiley face. Other users were shocked at the difference between crazy plane behavior and the pleasant-looking image of a marketing executive on her kitchen floor. That's another question. Why are you sitting on the floor? Why is everyone on the floor? Telling you right now, this isn't the same lady from the plane. The wannabe motivational influencer gammered nearly 15,000 likes on her post. Previous posts have just got a few hundred likes. But this won't last. This is how does this lady not know this? She's an age where you should know this. Mm-hmm. This is fleeting.
Yes.
We're already gone beyond. I'm only reading the story because of what you did. When you make a plane go back to the gate, you have now just fucked over 200 other people.
Right.
And she doesn't care.
No.
Well, she did take responsibility, I must say, and she did apologize. But then it should stop there, and you should
go away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's trying to make it out to be. The notorious American has teased a new website recently by posting 2-minute video mea culpa in which she calls herself the Crazy Plane Lady. Under the embedded video, she shares the words "Stay tuned" in a stark white font set against black background. It's not immediately what project she's preparing to unveil. Her video ended, "Join me on my journey of promoting positive and mental health and standing up against cyberbullying." No, you did something,
Yes.
and people reacted, and now you want to call that bullying.
Right.
Don't do nothing.
No.
Then no one bullies. If it's not bullying, if they call you out on shit you did, that's a reaction.
Yes.
Holy God. I just can't. The amount of, I've been canceled. Stop. Examine your behavior. Oh my God. She said she's made a few attempts to explain her bizarre conduct, because it went out of the plane too. She went outside in the airport. There's clips of all that. She's telling the cops that her dad's a cop, and fuck you, she's not leaving the airport.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it goes on and on and on.
I haven't seen that.
She's complained that her life has blown up since the incident aboard the plane and urged the public not to, quote, judge her.
Fuck off.
Too late.
Yeah.
I judge you in this moment. If you cannot explain it, just tell me what happened.
Right.
Everybody on earth that's over 21, if you said, "I ate a pot cookie and I don't even know," everybody would go, "Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I get it. Yeah." She goes, no one knows anyone else's story. Fine.
Right.
Then tell it.
Right.
Tell me the story.
Yep.
And no one should judge. No one knows what it's like.
No one should
She was consulting attorney. She's consulting an attorney claimed that so much of the story was about her was inaccurate. Well, we're only going off the videos we see. Are those not real?
Right.
But she declined to elaborate. She marched from the front of the plane preparing to depart Dallas and declared she was getting off the flight attendant because that motherfucker back there is not real.
Wow.
Yeah. She had a $1,900, I don't even know what this purse is, Goyard? Tote? I think I'm oversensitive to it because I've been on way too many planes where we have to go back to the gate because someone has lost their minds.
Yes.
And if you're a scared flyer and you lost your mind, I do understand that.
Yes.
I've been on a plane with an autistic kid that unraveled. I get it. Okay, then we're going back. Mm-hmm. But this, now you're going to, I'm being judged. I don't decide about it. How about that?
You're a selfish asshole.
Poor Carrot Top. I'd be so mad. Especially if it's in the Dallas airport, which really isn't super modern. Like, there's some airports I don't mind getting stuck in. Vegas, because I'm going to hit one of those Wheel of Fortunes. I know it sometime. I keep seeing those videos. Atlanta's doable.
Yes.
Yeah, but the Dallas, dude, I don't know.
No.
I never really get very comfortable there.
Right.
She said, my life has been blown up. It's frightening. You did this.
Right.
Things go viral and everything changes. This is what she said while she's standing outside of her $1.6 million home in Dallas.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
She's rich, too.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It also was really mean to people that are afraid to fly. You don't need some lady yelling, you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. Right.
Wow.
She's very pretty. I'll give her that. Well, we won't judge you if you tell us the truth.
Right.
She flew into a rage after a dispute between her and a relative that's her relative? Whom she accused of stealing her AirPods. I knew it was supposedly started about AirPods. I did hear that.
But that's the...
That's her relative?
Yeah.
The reptile? Well, then that's your fault. You shouldn't bring relatives that are reptiles on planes and then get frightened of them when you're sitting next to them. How's this sound for a fun night out? I would totally do this, and I think it's wonderful. In Japan, known as a super aging society, dementia is predicted to affect 1 in 5 people by 2025. In such circumstances, an innovative social experiment has caught the attention of Japan and the world.
Oh, wow.
It's called, this would be fantastic. It's called the Restaurant of Mistaken Orders. It's a restaurant where orders and deliveries sometimes go astray. Yes, we've come to a place where the waiters and waitresses all have some degree of cognitive impairment.
What?
They have dementia.
Wow, that's...
Or beginnings of it, or the middle. Yeah, but it's kind of...
give
them your order, and then whatever they bring, you're going to eat. It's like a surprise dinner. I like it. The impetus for starting this pop-up restaurant comes from an encounter between the creator Shiro Oguni and a group home where people with dementia live. Like everybody else, my awareness of dementia at first tended towards negative images of people who were radically forgetting and aimlessly wandering about. But actually, they can cook, clean, do laundry, go shopping, and do normal things for themselves. Close up, they might go off a little course now and then, but then this guy goes into, he ordered what he ordered, and then something else came, and he goes, so what? It's a mistake. Well, fine. Given that kind of tolerance, the dining scene can become relaxed and delightful. Yeah, because it's like a pop-up surprise.
Cool.
You order a hamburger, they bring spaghetti. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about spaghetti. Sounds great. Perfect. And you're not responsible if you order something fattening. What are you supposed to do? She brought it. I got to eat it.
I love a burger. Pasta.
Oh, my God. One older woman shows her guests to a table and then sits down with them.
Oh, wow.
That's great. Another serves hot coffee with a straw. Yet another older woman struggles to twist a large pepper mill, not entirely sure the pepper will fall where it's wanted. Everybody at the table pitches in with cries of, we did it, and they all join in the laughter.
That's fun.
Yeah, the restaurant is not about whether orders are executed incorrectly or not. The important thing is the interaction with the people who have dementia.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
He was worried about criticism because such as don't treat dementia like a carnival sideshow, don't make a laughing stock of, but they're not. Yeah. And then there's pictures of the servers. They're adorable.
Cool.
One lady said, I'm still capable. This gave me confidence. The negative image of dementia was replaced by a fun, positive one, calling the dementia Miss Who's It completely different than Who's It.
That's great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends with parents who have dementia. Maybe we could start the restaurant. And then
Where are you going to open it?
then I could have my dad go table to table and ask if they liked it. What'd you think of your dinner? Should I fire these people or should I keep them? What do you think? I mean, some of them are kind of with it. You know. All right, we're moving on. Now, this you would think, if you've seen my Netflix special, Bothering Jesus, you would think this would have been my first lead story, but I'm half convinced of this story.
Okay.
Yeah, and this isn't a conspiracy thing or nothing. Airplane debris found in Madagascar confirmed as part of missing Malaysian Flight 370. My obsession with that thing does never go away, but here's my problem. Okay. If you watched that documentary that came out a while back, we talked about it on here. It was terrible. Yeah. And there's this guy, Blaine Gibson, who I do not trust, and I do not believe a lot of what the man says, but he discovered this debris. So apparently only Blaine Gibson, it's just coincidental that he's walking around beaches all over the globe, and pieces of this airplane float. He finds them. Just him.
Stop it.
Yeah. I mean, debris discovered by Blaine Gibson on Ansarika Beach in Madagascar has been verified as belonging to the missing Malaysian airline flight 777. That's the real tail number. That disappeared on March 8, 2014. The piece was previously thought to be marine debris. Wow. But aerospace engineer Richard Godfrey has determined it's part of the plane's nose wheel door in a newly released study. He stated that the item had strong resemblance to the debris found by a fisherman in Madagascar in 2022. The broken O panel was found at a similar location on this beach.
Oh my God, wow.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it is all floating up on this beach. Flight 370 took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport. We know the history of this. The last communication, Gottfried says that 41 pieces of the plane have been confirmed, but very few of the main sections of the aircraft have been located. None of the passengers have been found. Well, how about their stuff?
Right.
Did a shoe? Well, I guess you wouldn't know was theirs.
Oh, yeah.
A picture.
They get a road.
Widespread theory is focused on the theory that the pilot, Zahir Ahmad Shah, intentionally crashed the plane, but no convincing motives have ever been found. Well, to me, he crashed the plane because I don't know how many pilots at home have flight simulators, maybe a lot, but he had the whole thing already simulated on that thing.
Exactly.
At least that's what they said.
Yeah.
So, now, this is not funny, but it makes me laugh because these are kind of pieces of knowledge I should never have in my head.
Okay.
All right, termites, I'm gonna do a count to 5 like a game show, and I'm gonna let you try.
Okay.
Out of cruise ships in the world, the places that cruise ships go, what 2 places do you think are the most wanted to go to by old people? And old, I mean over 70. Alaska. Ding! I'm going to let the termites, they probably all guess that one too. Because everybody wants to, quote, see Alaska before they die.
Right.
Now, the number 2 place, and I only know this because I have comedians that do comedy on cruise ships. What is it? It's actually even an older crowd than Alaska. Bermuda?
I don't know.
No. What, do you want to see the Bermuda Triangle?
I think it's there. Yeah.
Well, something's there.
Something in Europe.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's not in Europe.
Not in Europe?
No.
Nope.
No. Termites? Anybody? You can tell me on the YouTube comments if you thought of it.
Okay.
The Panama Canal.
Stop it.
And what's... I will not say his full name, but because he may not want me to. But my friend Jim, he for years and years, does comedy other places, but he does a lot of cruise ship work, and he enjoys most of it. But I always thought if Jim ever snapped, it would be on a Panama Canal. That cruise ships go through there, and guess who? No, because you know why we don't think of it? Because you never hear about it. But to my grandpa's generation, now my grandpa was born in 1904, it was a architectural, engineering wonder of the world. And old guys, I don't think the women, I never heard my grandma say, I can't wait to get down to the Panama Canal. Right. Never. No. But my grandpa was like, boy, I'd like to see that before I died. They couldn't figure out how it got done. And my grandpa was a construction guy, so he was super into, they never went. They didn't make it. But
to go see the eye in Vegas.
So now whenever I think of the Panama Canal, I just think of my comedian friends that take the gig performing in front of people that are probably 90. They're eating it. Every show they do is horrible. It's just torture. Wow. Because these people are 90. They want like Bob Hope.
Right.
They don't want my friend Jim. They don't want me.
No.
Well, right now there's a huge backlog of 200 ships that are stuck trying to enter the Panama Canal as they wait weeks amid slow traffic due to drought. Wow. Delays set to wipe $200 million off profits and cause spike in U.S. grocery and parcel prices. It's not going to be good. No. We don't think about it, but all of these goods are going through the Panama Canal all the time. Once again, I don't understand why the globe doesn't have giant pipes under the ground to connect water. We have too much water in Palm Springs. Hey, let's send that down to the Panama.
Hell of a pipe.
It's a huge pipe, but all of the men in my family are pipe fitters. See how this works out? Maybe they might consider that cronyism if I said this is what the government's going to do as the president, and guess what happens to be my uncles are all pipe fitters. But yeah, there's a drought. Wow. They have these vessels carrying millions of dollars worth of goods are locked in a traffic jam. They're waiting weeks. I wonder I guess they probably told the cruise ships, just turn around, Jack Ross. We don't have time for your bullshit right now. Right. I know you got 1,500 old people on there that really can't wait to see this. Because Jim was saying it's so narrow when you go through, like you can barely drop something between you and the edge of the canal. And I said, is it pretty? No. And he's like, well, it parts you, like go through jungle type stuff. Huh. Yeah, it's not for... I know. It was for my grandpa, people his age. They loved it. The number of transits daily through the canal have been capped at 32 by water authorities in a bid to conserve water. Panama is set to lose $200 million in revenue from delays, and it could keep a spike in U.S. grocery and parcel prices as extra fees are hiked onto the shipping costs. So when my mom starts hollering about grocery prices, I'm going to say, Mom, blame Mother Nature. Because the Panama Canal, you may not be thinking when you're at your grocery store in Missouri, this is all because of the Panama Canal. Some of the ships are backed up for more than 20 days. The canal uses 3 times as much water as New York City on a daily basis and needs rainfall to replace it, but the rainy season is yet to arrive in Panama, and the canal is going through its driest spell in more than a century. Every single thing we have with weather now, too, is they go, this is once in a century, but now they're saying this has never even occurred. We went from storm of the decade to storm of the last 50 years to storm of the century, and now we're just making up names for shit we can't even describe. Totally. Yeah, we don't need to get into the rest of this story. It gets very boring about shipping and shit, but there you go. So if your grocery store things go up, blame Panama. Blame Panama. Mm-hmm. Do we have a Chupacabra? I believe in chupacabras. I don't think they're devils. I don't think they're demon. I think they're just some sort of wild... No, they're not as beefy as a wolf. They're thinner, like a coyote. But every time we find a dead skull, they always go, oh, it's a coyote that had mange. They always blame it on mange. Always. It seems like every time we look at the news, it has leveled up and gotten even crazier than the last time we glanced its way. This story is just one of many about Chupacabra sightings. With the adorable tearjerker kids movie Chupa on Netflix, many of us thought we'd be quite fine with helping a cute little fuzzball with wings. There's a child's movie called Chupa. as in Chupacabra?
No idea. I'll Google it.
But what if they arrived in our backyard without fur? Like, there's a picture of this thing. I do not believe that is the skull of a coyote. I'll also ask my friend Kevin. He's a veterinarian.
Yeah.
And its paws don't look like a coyote. It looks like a cat and a bear.
Oh.
Yeah, if you did their paws together.
Okay.
As reported by KENS5, Tina Kalig spotted a very strange-looking creature feasting on some berries from her backyard bush recently and was so shocked at what she saw that it sent her scurrying for her camera. The creature in question looks to be hairless with large ears, a tuft of fur on top of its tail. She had no idea what the creature should be, so she took to the social media neighborhood app next door to post the photos to see what her neighbors thought.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do that.
No.
The posts reached her intended recipients, and then they went above and beyond trying to figure out what type of animal the creature could be. Of course, several chimed in. It was a chupacabra, a mythical creature from Mexico. I mean, it won't. I don't know. If we're going to say all coyotes are chupacabra, well then, fine. Yeah, but I've seen videos that don't look fake.
No.
I don't know. Maybe they're fake. Chupacabra in folklore is a creature that sometimes walks on its hind legs, but other times walks on all fours. It has red glowing eyes, seen in the dark, large fangs and claws, and a human or ape-like body. The creature is furless, possibly has scales, and sharp spines going along its spine, like a prehistoric lizard.
Gross.
Yeah. Most of the sightings presumed to be Muslim have occurred in the southwestern United States, Puerto Rico, and Latin America. The chupacabra was to blame for the unexplained deaths of cattle, goats, and other livestock for a very long time. What's really going on? Over the years, many people have photographed hairless animals as the chupacabra. Generally, a sound educational fact. Based answers surfaced. This time will be no different. They say it's a sarcoptic mange.
Gross.
Mm-hmm. It's canine scabies.
Oh,
Mites
God.
burrow beneath the skin and cause severe itching. Yeah.
God.
It's likely a starving coyote suffering from mange who is not able to hunt while eating berries in a residential backyard. The large ears and characteristics of the coyote are present in this, quote, chupacabra. I don't know. Termites? Do we have any proof? Let's do our own searching.
Maybe it's a giant hairless cat. Or a weird-looking wicket.
Okay, I don't know. All right. I have time, right?
Tons.
I don't know what the fuck is going on at the Eiffel Tower, but it was a bad week for security there. Let's put it that way. Once again, like the art museums, I've been to the Eiffel Tower, but it's been 100 years. All I remember is walking up and buying a ticket, and then me and my cousin Mary, we walked up some steps and got on an elevator. But that was way before
How old are you?
terrorism and all that. I don't know, in my 20s. Yeah, I don't think I ever went after that.
It's been a minute.
It was 100 years ago, clearly. So this week, a man is arrested after jumping off the Eiffel Tower with a parachute.
Wait, what?
Nobody thought that was weird? No, hey, wow, that guy's backpack is enormous. Wow. You would think just because of terrorism things, they'd be like, nay,
Right.
nay on the backpack gaze. No. Especially when you're a backpack, unless you have a tiny parachute like the ones in the fireworks I shoot off, which isn't going to stop you because those are paper. How? Oh my God. I just don't even understand. You're going to let that person, you get on an elevator at some point, you're going to let that freak, if I saw him, I'd get off.
Yeah.
Then go, no, I'm not a paranoid super freak, but I don't want to be on the Eiffel Tower the day it blows up. No, I'm good. Yeah, this is, what do you hear? What else happened?
Oh, God.
Everybody in security, we would have a giant meeting, and I may have to fire a few. Police in Paris have arrested a man for jumping off the Eiffel Tower with a parachute on Thursday. A man scaled a pillar of the iconic landmark early local time. Right, but shouldn't we have 24-hour security?
Yes.
It's the Eiffel
Eiffel
Tower. The tower's management company, SETE, Société d'Exploitation de Tour Eiffel. That's pretty good, right?
It's really good, yeah.
said the man was detected in less than a minute by security after entering the sites. Attempt by the tower's intervention brigade to deter him proved unsuccessful, and he went ahead with his jump anyway. He landed on the roof of a nearby sports center before being arrested by cops. They lodged a complaint, this type of irresponsible action which endangers those who are working under the structure. The tower was slightly delayed in opening on Thursday morning due to the incident. The incident is the latest in a series of security incidents over the past week at the site. 2 American men were discovered after spending a drunken night up the Eiffel Tower of the monument. They passed out and fell asleep in the Eiffel Tower. And 2 drunks.
Nobody caught them.
Nope. The 2 men who had Sunday evening tickets for Paris's famous Iron Tower were allegedly trapped there due to their excessive alcohol consumption. I think there's a bar up there. I can't remember. Google it. Is there a bar at the top of the Eiffel Tower? On Saturday, the tower was evacuated for several hours over a bomb threat. The 3 floors of the tower, as well as the courtyard, were evacuated while authorities assessed the threat.
It's a champagne bar.
It's a champagne bar.
Yeah,
How French.
Best views in all of Paris.
I remember something being up there.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got drunks passing out in there,
Yes.
people climbing with parachutes.
Wow.
And these 2 drunks, they didn't do anything bad. They just passed out. But imagine, like I've been drunk enough before where you wake up and it takes a minute to clear your mind. You're like, where do we go last night? What did I do? And then you're like, oh, sweet, I'm in my bed. No problems, right? What if you wake up to get champagne drunk, too? So now you know your head hurts because of all the sugar.
Yeah.
Hey, where are we at?
Right.
Shit, we're still at the Eiffel Tower. Fuck, no.
Isn't it beautiful outside?
God. Do you think we can walk down and act like this didn't happen? Can we wait if we wait till all the tourists get up here and then we'll just leave after that? Speaking of people jumping off crap, this is crazy. Guest of the ritzy Mandarin Oriental Hotel baffled by split-in-half jumper. I've been in the Mandarin for a drink because it's famous. Yeah, I've never stayed there, but I went in for a drink just to see the bar. It's always fun for one. A guy jumped from the roof. Guests and staffers at the swanky Mandarin Hotel were baffled by the identity of the mystery jumper who caused a grisly scene by leaping to death from the roof in his pajamas.
What?
I'm still shocked, said Louisa Gassab of Paris, France, who was staying in the 5-star hotel in Columbus Circle. If you want to go cheaper, there's a hotel in Columbus Circle called Six. I think it's still called Six. Wonderful rooms. Not nearly the amount of money. Anyway, he was on the ground covered in a sheet. I saw part of him on the ground. I don't know what. When I woke up this morning, I asked the hotel staff to tell me what happened. They wouldn't give me information. The man, who does not appear to have been staying in the building or living in its residences, okay. He entered the building through a freight elevator and plunged roughly 750 feet to the ground. But here's the problem. So when you go in the Mandarin, there's a glass awning entrance. Well, he hit the hotel's entrance glass awning on his way down, splitting his body in half from impact. An arm was found across the street this is why Lewis, my friend, lives in Midtown, right? And he's like, it's getting crazy up here, Kathleen. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't even crazy. It's like, I mean, in the 70s, it was like, fun crazy. Like, hey, we're all crazy. But now it's like crazy.
Wow.
So an arm was, I wish Lewis had been out taking a walk when he found an arm.
Gross. Oh my God.
I know. By Friday, the rain had washed the blood away. So what is the lesson, termites? If you're going to jump from a building, make sure there's nothing below you, and then you hit flat.
Just suicide tips by Kathleen.
Suicide tips. I mean, I'm just saying, what if your parents want to have an open casket? Too dark?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, too dark. Oh my God.
The area was cordoned off with a velvet rope from the hotel,
Of course.
where rooms with Central Park views of more than $1,195 a night. It's a 5'10", 200-pound man. They still don't know who he is. Also, can I ask the hotel security, how are random people off the street in pajamas getting in our freight elevators?
Right. Yeah.
Welcome to the Monday morning meeting. Here's the question. By a show of hands, how many people can explain what's on the board?
They were trying to get Tay-Tay's guy out of his building next door.
The Ritzy Hotel is located on the top 19 floors of the 55-story Deutsche Bank Center Tower, where celebrities including Jay-Z and Tom Brady and other A-listers own residences. Well, I'm not even a big security person in general.
I know.
No. At my shows, I don't know who's a fan or security backstage. I just say hi to everybody. How you doing? And the next thing you know, there's a lady with a possum in her purse. It all works out fine if you're me. It's not working out fine if you're these other people.
No.
All right.
Okay.
One more, and then we're going to do our lyrics section that I forgot last week.
I know you got a lot of comments on that.
Travelers are boycotting Southwest Airlines over boarding. They're not going to boycott. Here's the thing. Myself, I fly it a lot, especially St. Louis and Nashville. It's direct. Whoops. And it only takes 42 minutes. I'll take Southwest anywhere under 3 hours. After that, I have to be on it.
3 hours you would.
Oh, well. When Louis Anderson was sick, I went to Vegas further than that. That's just a cut. I always would say to Louis, just remember how much I loved you. I flew 4 hours on Southwest.
Exactly. Ugh.
No, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is, but I prefer Delta, but whatever. But people on Southwest aren't going to boycott anything. The reason we're taking Southwest is because it's cheap and efficient, and it has a lot of one-ways, direct flights where other people would not.
Exactly.
Well, they're changing their boarding things. So for you Southwesters, heads up. This is what's going to happen.
Lord.
It may be harder for you to get an earlier boarding position on your next Southwest flight thanks to a change rolled out today. The carrier is limiting the number of early bird check-in spots that are available for some of its trips, Southwest so-and-so said. Beginning August 15th, early bird check-in will be subject to availability on certain flights, routes, or days, and that will mean early bird check-in is unavailable for some customers looking to purchase it. I don't like it when rental car companies or airlines say subject to availability.
Exactly.
Because that means we're going to do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
And you little chickens are just going to have to go along with their bullshit.
You're going to be renting a pickup truck.
Oh, don't even get me started about the rental car situation. I like Avis. I like being a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
I try to support National, too, because their headquarters in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
National in St. Louis has no cars.
No.
Zero.
Ever.
I don't know what happened.
Nope.
Ever. And then, you say, like, I wanted a lower car so my mom and dad could get in it. And they literally gave me, like, a Rubicon truck thing. And then but here's what the rental car things do. They always go, well, it says or similar. Well, that could be a fucking dog sled. Exactly. If we're talking about or similar, they're both moving forward. They will both get me to my destination. But you cannot say that if I rented a Honda Civic and you gave me a Rubicon truck that I, by the way, need a special set of steps to get in at 5'1", I'm like throwing myself in the vehicle. It's too high. I wish there was a rental car place where you could say the exact kind of car you want, and then that's there when I get there. Because I'm doing this for work. It's not for fun.
Right.
And it happens every week. Anyway.
Oh my God.
I've done a lot of complaining. I'm sorry, termites. It's fun complaining. It's educational complaining.
Totally.
News of the limitations of early bird check-in hasn't gone well with many loyal Southwest travelers. I would say I'm loyal. I qualified for A-list again. Not even sure I want to, but I did. In fact, some customers have started questioning their commitment to the carrier.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. The early bird check-in is honestly one of the biggest reasons I fly Southwest, and I've never flown with anyone else, one traveler posted. Hopefully the flights this is taken away from aren't the ones I will take in the future. Might have to bite the bullet and try somewhere else.
Wow.
Oh, there's a lot of people really mad. I don't know. If you cancel early bird check-in, there's no reason to keep using Southwest. So disappointed you're getting rid of early bird check-in. You are no longer a low-budget carrier. They're really not.
They're not,
Southwest prices are not. No, because I'm flying those two all of Yahoos. I call my parents around on them sometimes. And but the good, well, I won't get into all that, but it's not cheap. It's not as cheap as it used to be.
No.
If the want to get away fares are great if you're like in college or retired and you can go at any time. You don't care if you leave at midnight or whatever. But if you actually are trying to do this for work, you can't do all that. Yeah.
No.
Southwest used to care a little bit about us little people, but not anymore.
Wow.
Southwest has faced criticism. I don't know. I mean, your other option is to buy the full fare thing, and that guarantees you a boarding spot.
Right.
So buy the A group, but then again, this guy's right. You're not a low budget carrier.
True.
I buy them if they go directly, and I don't feel like connecting, which usually I don't mind if it's through Atlanta.
Right. You love Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You have friends in Atlanta.
I have friends in every Delta club in Atlanta. They're always excited to see me. It's like a little homecoming.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're like,
Wow.
"Where you been, little one?" And they come out and hug me. Okay. So this is a fun closing segment.
Okay.
Well, then I have a little. Well, before I do the lyrics, here's what I'll tell you. The new trucker hat is available on the website.
There's not many left.
There's not many left.
We're not
No,
doing
but
another hat for a long time.
I'm gonna reorder that one. People like it.
Okay.
Are you? No. Okay. Well, I don't know. Go on Amazon again, Terrell. I know it's been a while, but go back on there on my special and rate it for me. The ratings really matter.
Yep.
I guess.
Like it. Follow
Just like it,
Love
right?
it.
Yeah, whatever you. Yeah.
Same with the Pubcast.
Yeah. And here's the shows: Boise, Reno, Hershey, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Eau Claire, Madison, Chicago. Which I'm going to say next week.
Oh, tell them now. Come on, you had the big meeting with your uncle.
I did have a big meeting. We had a family meeting about this. That's how serious it is.
Uh-huh.
I had to get approval from the elders.
Yeah.
Well, they're called Tier 1.
There's your one.
They're Tier 1. The old, like in family pictures, Tier 1 is everybody that's the oldest. Tier 2, I'm in Tier 2.
Okay.
And then there's Tier 3 and 2 for, and my uncle realized he's, at that particular event, the Madigan Masters, the golf tournament, he was the only guy in Tier 1. He's very upset about that. We had to have a family meeting. But the Chicago Cubs
Yep.
have asked me to throw out the first pitch the day of my show at the Chicago Theater.
Yes.
I think that's a lovely invitation, but as a St. Louis Cardinal fan, you also have to go, is everyone going to hate me if I do this?
Right.
And I thought if anybody would say, no, you're crossing enemy lines, it would be the older crew. And they all vote yes. And I would say Chicago, especially because the Cardinals absolutely suck. I can't even, I wouldn't even know where to start with the Cardinals. I mean, obviously pitching, but after that, I don't know.
No.
My answer, go hire Ozzie Smith.
Yes.
He's available.
He's wonderful.
Nicest man on the planet. He probably wouldn't want to do it. But if he's available, and then just put Ozzie in charge of everything,
Great.
it'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Cool.
But in my 20s and my 30s, I had the most fun at Chicago Cub games outside of St. Louis than I had anywhere else. So I said yes.
Great.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I did ask if I could wear anything representing the Cardinals on my body.
They said
They're
no.
discouraging that.
They're playing the Pirates.
They're playing the Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So my friend Bill Crawford, but the Pirates aren't that good this year either.
No.
No. They're better than the Cardinals.
The Cubs are good, though.
Mm-hmm. I've had the most fun at Wrigley Field and in downtown Chicago because St. Louis is not as big as Chicago. Going to Chicago initially was kind of like going to Hong Kong for people from St. Louis because you just couldn't believe the size of the city and everything about it. And then I started doing the comedy clubs downtown back in the day. I've never had it at a Chicago Cub fan, even when they come to St. Louis, the Cubs fans come down. There's never any bullshit, no fighting. It's all fun, drinky, Midwest, fine, no problems. I cannot say the same of Blues Blackhawks games. Those can get a little nutty because it's inside and everybody's cold and it's a different vibe. Summer vibe, way different.
Well,
Yeah,
they're both true hockey fans.
they are serious hockey fans, the Blues and the Blackhawks. Whereas the baseball, it's a fun afternoon out. Like go to Wrigley, sit in the bleachers. I've done it all and I've had a wonderful time. Also, I kind of do it in honor of Bob Newhart, the old comedian, because he's a Cubs fan. My friend Dax is a Cub. I have a lot of Cub fan friends. So that'll be super fun.
Yep.
And I'm supposed to say for the seventh inning thing to sing the song.
We got to practice that.
Well, I don't know if the time wise, because I got to get over to the hoop to help. But I'm going to try.
The pitching clock's going to help that.
The pitching clock is going to help all things because now these games aren't 11 hours long. I don't know, we'll let that get so out of hand. But anyway, That's September 23rd. Then Richmond, then Charlotte, then Des Moines, then Kansas City, Virginia Beach, Washington, D.C., Fort Worth, Houston, St. Louis, Denver, the Villages. I can't wait to go back. That crowd was so good. Yeah. Cutler Bay, which is technically Miami-ish. Eugene, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle. That's the end of all the way to the end of the year. Now, it's time for lyrics.
Oh, boy.
This is just proving how dumb my generation was. And someone should have said something. I don't know who. Not me. Okay. We need somebody from the East Coast who is a little milder to speak up for our generation. True. And go, what are we doing? Right. Here's a song. I'm 16 years old, driving around in a used Camaro that I bought for $1,200, singing the song. Toto was a band for the children out there that was popular a very long time ago. This is the song Africa.
Oh, God.
But I'm singing these songs like it means something to me.
Right.
I hear the drums echoing tonight. But here's the lyrics. But she only hears the whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I'm going to go to the chorus. I bless the rains down in Africa. So I'm driving around my car going, I bless the rains down Africa.
Rain like from the sky?
Rain, I guess. I don't know what any of it means. It's going to take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing more than 100 men could ever do. And then I just talk about, I've never been to Africa.
No.
I don't know where it rains or when it rains or I don't have any idea. That's how we were just go-alongers. Yeah. The wild dogs cry out in the night.
Oh, God.
Yeah. As they grow restless for some solitary company, I know that I must do what's right. As sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti, I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of the thing that I've become. That's lyrics I sang before I went to work at Stuart Anderson's cattle company in a gravel parking lot. Never thought about it.
Nope.
Wonder what any of that means. I don't know. Who cares? It's a good tune. Here's some here is compared to Taylor Swift's lyrics. Okay. This is why I like the children, because they go, you better sing something that applies to me. Okay? Because if you don't, I'm not going to come to your show.
I got it.
I've never read these. This is the song Karma. And I only know that because she goes, Karma is a cat. And then I think, why did these cats show up at this house? I don't know.
You love that song.
It's karma. This is the lyrics. You're talking shit for the hell of it, addicted to betrayal, but you're relevant, you're terrified to look down because if you dare, you'll see the glare of everyone you burned just to get there. It's coming back around, and I keep my side of the street clean. You wouldn't know what I mean because karma is my boyfriend. Karma is a god. Karma is the breeze in my hair on weekends. Karma is a relaxing thought. Are you envious of that? For you, it's not? Sweet honey, karma is a cat. Like sweet honey, karma is a cat. Put it in my lap because it loves me. Feeling like a goddamn acrobat. Me and karma vibe like that.
Yeah! You just made Taylor a rapper.
I want to write a rap song that goes, I want to take a nap. With my cat. On my lap. Somebody can work on that. I'm not a rapper.
Woo.
I like it because I always want to take a nap with the cats and then I have to get up.
Yeah.
And then they get pissed.
Oh, God.
All right, termites. Sorry if I complain too much this episode.
A lot.
Well, the lady on the plane, no, I'm not. You're not a victim. No, you're not a victim of cyberbullying. Just come on and say what the hell happened. True. Everyone has a camera. If you have a meltdown in public, you're going to need to address it. Sorry. It's not like the old days where nobody had a camera. And then you could act like you didn't do that and go, that was some other lady named Tiffany.
Step by step, in town, sweet like honey.
Is that Karma as a cat?
Yeah,
that wasn't very good, Paddles.
You rapped it.
I rapped it. It's better as a rap. She should know that.
Oh.
All right, I did that.
She's still stuck on Long Beach.
Right, did Tay ever make it out of the party?
No.
She has to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Her European tour is starting.
Yeah.
Madonna canceled her Nashville show. I wasn't going to go anyway, but I did notice it. I took note.
Are we going to see Tay in Europe?
Tay-Tay in Europe? No. I'm not going to see Tay-Tay in Europe. No.
Okay.
Too far. Too expensive. Although some American lady wrote down what it would cost to go somewhere in America. And then she got a ticket for her and her kid. And it was actually cheaper to fly over there and get a ticket. The tickets aren't as expensive over there. I don't know why. She sells them all out. Yes. They should raise the prices then, right? Sure. All right, termites. Summer's ending.
Oh.
Sad times, I know. But it's not really over yet. And it's still 102 degrees, so it sure shit doesn't feel like it's ending. Very hot in the Midwest and the South. Very hot. And then no rain in sight. So nothing to cool it down, just to heat it right back up.
No. What are you doing this weekend besides Dolly?
Go look up Jerry Presley. Elvis's cousin.
Who are you going with?
I will tell you when I return.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm not sure. All I know is I'm going. I'm very excited.
I'm busy.
Yeah. But I was just I was invited. I was invited.
Okay.
So there you have it. All right, Therese. Summer's almost over. So it just made me laugh because I got a text from the dermatologist. Spend too much time in the summer? Need to get those brown spots gone? And I'm like, look at their marketing. That is so great. Because I actually just did think, I got to get out of this sun. It actually matched my thought. I didn't think about going in and doing anything about it. Of course not. Why would I do that? Just let it all do its thing. Anyway, Tourette's, that's it. I will see you guys out on the road. I will see you down the road. And stay cool. If you're in one of the hot states, if you're in a rainy state, stay out. Do not drive through flood water. What's the saying? Turn around, don't drown. People don't realize, turn around, don't drown.
We didn't get that.
You didn't get that saying in Canada?
No. We have kayaks.
Well, you're on fire. Canada's on fire. So what are you going to do there?
Yeah.
Those fires are out of control. Yellowknife, the whole city, 20,000 people have been told to evacuate. Where are they supposed to go? Edmonton?
Alberta. Yep.
Right. And then where? To a Holiday Inn or, this is, people don't ever think about the logistics of panicked evacuations. It sucks. What about your pets?
We need to. You're negative this week.
No, I'm negative. I'm positive for the people. I'm positive for the people. I'm negative for the people who have set up all these plans.
Okay.
Because they should tell them all. I don't really know what the Canadians have done or not, but I know that very quickly, 20,000 people were told to evacuate.
Right.
And these fires just come up too quickly. Thanks again for my hat.
That's nice.
It's crazy.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. From
All right.
Italy.